jump to something. I want to force feed you. I want to feel where you're at. How do you walk into somebody's home and talk to them about this amazing thing that you're so focused on, whether it's music? But my experience has been, you got to understand where they're at before you can start telling them what to do. I mean, Covey's principles, we've talked about before. Seek first to understand, then be understood. I cannot help, in my opinion, I cannot authentically help people if I don't understand where they're coming from. Now, there's some core things that people don't understand, or common needs, I should say. Everybody wants to look better, feel better. So you can start anywhere in this business. You can walk into any home. But to get specific about how you can help them, that's where it starts to get fun. And you've heard the expression, it's used and used and used, but you got to remember it. They don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And it's a true statement. And it's hard to get on that first time. Sometimes you make an immediate connection. But if they know you've got something they're focused, they're interested in, and you're trying to help provide a solution for them, that's different. Okay? Now you're trying to help them get better. Whatever it may be. Maybe they've never done their own business before. They're scared to death. Maybe, just maybe, they don't even know anything about nutrition, and they might be selling CBD oil. I mean, can you imagine? So, it's not a trigger as much as it's just a clarification. You guys all know how compliance works. And I can just hear him say, like, Steve, like, who was right before you talking about CBD oil? And I'm like, oh man, that was not me. So I just want to make sure it's clear. We don't sell it. We don't use. Well, I'm not saying we don't use it. I'm just saying it's not what we're doing. When you think about sleep, I'm going to anchor something on this. When you think about sleep, just for a second, just know there's a couple things coming that he will want. Okay? It's coming. And Shelly's going to be after me, and I think even the great Tanner, see if he'll do the worm, I think is what he does on stage sometimes. So ask him to do that, maybe if he'll do it. But I got the best science team in the world. Fantastic. Joe's over in Southeast Asia. He calls me out. I've heard, some of you guys may have heard this, Joe Chang. And you guys know Joe Chang? Yeah. So Joe calls me his ugly work wife. Can you believe that? Yeah, what's the deal? Yeah, so Joe looks over and goes, I spend more time with you than I do Ping. That's his wife, And I said, I know. And he goes, but you're my ugly work wife. I don't want to go home to her. And I said, I know, Joe. Just deal with it. We all do. So anyways, and my sweet wife does. Oh my goodness, what an angel. So from my perspective, I'll get to the meat of this issue. But what I wanted to share with you is that New Skin wasn't this big building. They started with a simple thought process. How do we make the world better? We'll start with personal care. We'll think of ourselves as New Skin International. Now go back to what I was talking about a little bit earlier, where I was talking about, how do you think about the art of the possible? And how do you think about your business and making it possible? Today I'm going to talk about the art of the possible. Now, before everybody starts to freak out and say, that's not on my app, or that's not this, or that's not, I'm talking future state, but I'm going to give you just enough information so you guys can know kind of what's coming most likely. Asterisks. And little thing down here, disclaimer, maybe not in all markets and not all languages, and some things may kill you and some things may destroy you. And so, all right. So I just want to make sure all that's clear. So whatever the compliance, hyperbole, whatever that stuff is down there, but this is future state, okay? The power of AI ML is so important. Do you know today, this group, just this group right here, you did probably 1 trillion points of data. 1 trillion points of data today. You generated 1 trillion points of data. How many steps you took, what shoes you decided to use, what pants you're wearing or skirt that you're wearing, what you did with your hair, which products did you use, why did you use them, what time did you get up, what time were you, maybe you won't go to sleep, but what time do you go to bed, okay? What car did you choose to drive in? If you didn't drive a car, what hotel room were you in? What did you like, what did you not like? Did you drink coffee, did you not drink coffee? Did you eat breakfast, did you not eat breakfast? Did you eat lunch, did you not eat lunch? Did you do this? Did you do that? What did you do? How many times did you blink? How many times did you scratch a certain location in your body? We don't need to know specifics. What did you look at? How did you look at yourself in the mirror? How did you talk to yourself? How did you relate with yourself? How did you relate with your spouse, your friends, your family, your children? Every single bit. What movies did you select? What music did you listen to? You are making trillions and trillions and trillions of decisions every single day collectively that you don't even know. And when we're thinking about our lives, think about a fish finder, okay? So you have a big lake. It's all out there, right? And you have a boat. And then you have, go out there, and what do? You throw out the bait, you're hoping you can find something, you reel it in, and so forth. And then somebody puts a little fish finder on their boat, and suddenly they're not wasting time trying to figure out where those fish are. They just go, not here, not here, not here. Oh, here they are. Boom, boom, boom. There's my 4 fish. Good luck. Now, if you want to hang out and listen to music, and that's kind of your therapy, then don't bring the fish finder. But if you don't have that time, and you want to find out where they are, you bring a fish finder and you go there, okay? I was in Cabo San Lucas. I'm on this boat, and I'm going out there, and, the guy has the fish finder, and he's dialed all in and so forth, and I'm like, how important is this? He's like, you paid me this amount of money, I got to find you a fish. And so he's not going to waste time thinking, I'm going to throw it out there. Think about that from a data standpoint. If the individuals, you are already consumers of products, you're already concerned about things, you're already worried about stuff. You have pain points every single day. I could probably talk to any one of you, and you can say, here's my biggest challenges. Whatever it may be. Maybe it's time, maybe it's money, maybe it's pain, maybe it's whatever it may be. There's stuff that you're dealing with every single day. And that's where I say you start with whoever you're trying. If you're not in it to help them, I'm telling you, it's just this game people play. If you're not genuinely interested in helping them live a better life, and we have so much to offer them. So, with that said, we've talked about this. You know the stats, where we're going, okay? Now, we talked about digital twin, and this is really important because there's so many things that are driving all this. You look at Louisa Spencer's amazing video that she did. It was incredible. I've done so many ChatGPT. By the way, let me give you some perspective on something, okay? This is pretty interesting. I think you'll find this at least a little bit interesting. Check this out. And maybe Ryan already beat me to it. I didn't tell him I was going to talk about this. Okay, Netflix. I talked about that earlier, right? Time taken to reach 1 million users. It took Netflix 3.5 years to get 1 million users. Okay? If you think about Twitter, 2 years. Now, they lost 1 million in about 1 minute in some situations, and I'm not political, so don't go there. But I'm just saying, they have challenges with other things. But think about 3.5 years, 2 years. Now, when we talk about AIML, okay? Ryan Napierski probably talked about this. He was at a CEO conference this week, and he said that was the top item on the discussion about ChatGPT and how it can inform things and what it's going to do and how you can put information in. And people are now bragging about they built their presentations off of ChatGPT and all this other stuff. So, you think about it. In ChatGPT launched 2022, it took them to get to 1 million. Ready for this? 1 million users, 5 days. 5 days. Remember, Netflix, 3.5 years. Most people didn't even know what ChatGPT was until about 6 months ago, if they did. This is going so fast and so quick. You have to be ahead of the curve. Because there's something that's coming that we don't even know yet. I mean, think about that. It's just incredible. So, with that thought in mind, there's a way, future state, careful. Now we've got a scanner. Those of you who might be interested in understanding more about the scanner, talk to our amazing scanner who know so much about the difference demonstrated and so forth. But there's so much more about our bodies that we're learning now. There's data, there's DNA, there's microbiome, there's genetics testing that we can understand what our predispositions are, and what our challenges are, and so forth, and where we're going to come up short. That is out there. You probably already have it. How many of you have an Ancestry or 23andMe that you've done already? Okay. So I'd say probably about a third of us, okay? At least the ones who admitted it. So, and those of you who got it and found out you have an uncle that you didn't know about, you're not happy about that, so you got right off, but that's okay. Here's the deal. That is giving us insights, and AI is giving us additional insights as to what the characteristics of what those chromosomes and DNA and everything mean for each individual person. It keeps informing, and it's getting faster and faster and quicker. I was talking to Joe, he says, I've never seen science shifting so quickly in terms of understanding what's happening inside of our bodies. We've had outward manifestations. I've got, a red face, I'm losing my hair, I've got muscle atrophy. This is all happening. Why is it happening? That's what we got to get to. Okay, so to understand this, and they talk about digital twin, what do we want to be? What do we aspirationally, what do we want to look like? And to be able to understand what are the mechanisms to get there. And our science at Nu Skin is embedded in helping people truly discover their best you. That's what we want to do. And so we can't ignore the science. Louise? Yes? Yeah. Great question. So, be in Dubai. That's all I can say about that piece. But my point is, let me answer it this way. We would never come out with her question was, who's going to sponsor this guy that was talking about CBD oil? And I said, nah, she is. That's Louisa Spencer. She did such an amazing business. So, the question is, literally, would we have a relationship to be able to inform those of you who are early adopters and can already have information from 23andMe, Ancestry, or whatever DNA? Could you import that information and then potentially utilize it through our algorithm that we have that's proprietary to Nu Skin that we've developed to be able to help you understand potentially a focus area that you might be interested in working on? Makes a lot of sense to me. So I think that's probably a very likely outcome. Okay? I'll leave it there. Okay? So, did I answer it? Okay. All right. So think about this. Over here, Empower Me, you have all these data inputs. And some of these things are, we don't have that yet, like a DNA kit. And all sorts, but think about this from again, future state, art of the possible, everything we've got going on. If you had information coming in from skin consultation, from specifically every single one of these, LumiSpa IO usage data, wellness consultation, where's wellness consultation? Is it in there yet? Just get ready. And I'm not crossing my arms, so I'm being serious. I got told I shouldn't cross my arms. I'm keeping them open, telling you straight up. Think about some of the potential future state that's coming, and then you think, scanner that's already been here. Unbelievable. It's so much good data. There's over 25 million data points just with scanner alone that we understand more what's going on. It's incredible. And nobody else has this information. Only we do. And we can use it in our algorithms, okay? And then you look at app usage data, Stella, Vera, all the other stuff. This other stuff we got going on over here, I should have vetted this slide just a little bit more. This is an internal slide, but you guys are good. This is a future state, so we're just talking about fun stuff in the future. But think about this. Now you understand demographics, you understand lifestyle, you understand consultations, where they're focused on, their usage data, the analysis. Look at that scanner score. That's what I'm talking about. So anyways, the face scan completed, predisposition, low calcium, predisposition sensitive skin, predisposition to low energy. That's really interesting. Wow, let's see, what potential, anyways, so we'll keep moving, and then you think about it from this standpoint, you have, look, what if you could go in, what if you could go into an app, and you could say, skin consultation, that's complete, informed, wellness consultation, informed, mind consultation, anyways, go ahead, informed, DNA kit, upload your existing one, maybe, who knows what's going to happen here. Microbiome kit, skin carotenoid score, you can do it right now, you can talk to Stephen Moore, there's the Wonder there's all these amazing people who are here that can help you with all this. And then, here's some focus areas that might be helpful. Not only that, but just how about water? How about different types of food? Now, this is all potential future state. I will get killed. If Ryan comes in, and you guys are texting, we saw Steve's presentation, when is all this going to happen? And he's going to be like, dude, you really did go there? And I'm like, the only reason I went here is because of one thing, Jeff Mack. And the reason I wanted to is because of Jeff has been labeled in some cases as this guy who's talking about vision in a really big way. He's talking about AI and DNA and all this other stuff. And Jeff actually is a dear friend of mine. And he's a good guy. And we've allowed him to see some of the insights of what we do at this company. And he's been able to see. Now, I don't know everything he's shared with people. I'm not following him like that. But I'm just saying, Jeff asked me to speak today, and so I did. Okay? And I'm here to support him and all of you to think about a vision, the art of the possible over here, and how could it infuse your decisions on what you could do on a daily basis, and could you help focus a little bit more on their needs and give them what they need through these amazing products. Now, too many pictures. And if it ever goes out and says, Steve said this is what we're doing, we're in big trouble. So I was not saying that's what we're doing. I'm just saying envision a future state that could potentially look like that, okay? Make sure it's clear. Shelly Hester's in the back. She's just going, uh-oh, he's in big trouble. I don't think he's going to be here on Monday. But I hope so. I hope we don't get in too much trouble here. But the reason we don't is because then you set expectations, they're too high, but you have to understand we are embracing technology at a breakneck speed, and those who don't will be dinosaurs. If you're not in it, and if you don't understand it, then you're going to be left behind. Okay? It's the bottom line. Embrace it. Now, I know you're ready to go. This is the data that's coming up on the apps. This is the information that's coming that potentially... But this is the final piece I want to have. And since Jeff's not here, I want to make sure his picture was up there. Okay? Love this guy. Absolutely love this guy. But this is where he goes. Do you want to have a life of impact? I'm just telling you, I know we're about to hit 40 as a company. We're just getting started. The future is so bright. If you can envision an environment where you can truly help people look better, feel better, through data, through science, through AI, through ML, and be able to go, it's going to get a lot funner. I hope that you will have a great rest of your day. I'll see most of you over there at Elevate. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it so much.